Sure. Well, basically, I've got a seminar this evening. I've got Steve Baxter from Shark Tank coming to speak with me on stage this evening. So I'm going to explain to him how we first ever met, how I inseminated my sample and his thoughts.
Fight for that, let's go.
We've got about 140 confirmed. When you're worth 400 or 500 million, it can't just be the money anymore.
And then you find your buyers as well, don't you?
Well, you also get less dropouts too, right?
Doesn't matter your passion, you're going to lose.
He's very honest, very refreshing.
I wanted my body language more towards him. I spoke to Steve first. I really made my presentation directly to Steve.
So there's a story about how one of my portfolio companies just manipulated me to do an investment.
Influence.
So influence, manipulated, whatever.
To be honest, mate, I haven't had 2 minutes to think about anything all day. Just been running around like a blue-ass fly. So the seminar starts in 1 hour and 25 minutes. I will take the next hour and 25 to kind of get my head around it all. I mean, I have a relationship with Steve now. I know the guy. I've spent some time with him. He's been in our office. I've been in his office. We've been camping together. So I certainly don't have as much nervousness. Yeah, nervousness around being in his presence, I guess, and interacting with him so much. What about yourself? What are you looking forward to?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah, to some really good interviews.
Yes.
Yeah, get some good content.
Amazing.
And pushing this tomorrow.
Yeah, cool. Nice aggressive push on the back of this tomorrow. Good luck for tonight, mate. Cheers, Jesse. Bye.
So you're gonna explain to Steve why he invested in you in ISR?
So I'm going to explain to him how we first ever met, how I inseminated my sample in his thoughts, how I reinforced that, and then how I used the connection we had to my benefit when I was in Shark Tank.
Fight for that, let's go.
We've got about 140 confirmed, and we've got about 230 odd tickets, so should be a decent turnout. But yeah, I think if you I'll put the box, so don't get your head down for an hour. I'll actually fix it. He's upstairs asleep, bless him. Fucking had a big day yesterday.
He's up here?
Yeah, he was in Rocky yesterday, and then he's in Melbourne tomorrow. So all action.
Write some notes along the way, make sure you keep a pen, the toilets are just here on the left if you need them.
Yep.
At about 6 o'clock we're going to be walking down here and straight into the room. Drop a business card in there because we're going to be drawing gifts throughout the evening, and anything else it's a show. And there's water there if you want.
Amazing.
And you can loiter around and do some networking in the meantime.
It's a bit restricted behind that desk. Yeah.
Joe must go on.
Nothing really changed much.
Once you're sitting in that region when you're worth 400 or 500 million, it can't just be the money anymore that motivates you, you know? That's one of the questions I'll unearth with him in there tonight, is kind of understanding that, like what is the motivator now that money's not the driver? Like what comes after that? We'd be open-minded to contraring against the deal we're discussing as a package to 12 months worth of training as well. You know, that might work in everybody's favour. So.
We'll do that, and then we'll make sure we get everyone there on time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just thought it was just going to be us three.
every single one of these over the last 48 hours would have had a confirmation call, text and email to get them excited about it. So the touch points are pretty consistent. Guys, if you're sitting on the edge of a row, can you just shuffle in to make some space for the new people coming in? It's going to get a little bit cozy, I think, here tonight, which is a good sign. Thank you very much. How are we doing? Gold Coast, we promised Steve some energy. How are we doing? Good to hear, good stuff. Now, guys, this is our last event this year. The last one we're going to do this year before we start touring the whole country next year. I'd like to ask him as many questions as possible throughout the evening and rinse him of his knowledge. Perfect. You guys are going to enjoy tonight. Alrighty. Who's here to see me? Was anybody here to see me? That went better than expected. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ryan Tuckwood. I'm the CEO and I'm the co-founder of ISR Training. For those same people, I don't usually sound like this. I'm a little bit nasally. I've got man flu. My wife's 8.5 months pregnant. I feel like I'm a little bit worse than she is right now as well. You told me that joke would go right. So I'm gonna, out of respect for you guys, I'm gonna get my nasally voice off this stage as quickly as possible. And I've got an 8-hour boot camp to lead on Saturday as well. So out of respect to my paying clients, I'm gonna rest my voice. So I'm gonna keep my side of things really, really efficient. I feel totally humbled tonight to have one of Australia's brightest minds sharing the stage with us. You guys are accessing that free of charge. Pretty good deal? Rinse him. Write everything down, but most importantly, implement. Because we don't want this to become shelf help, just gathering dust. So you write all this down, you put it on a shelf and don't do anything with it, you get no results from it.
Flex is a co-working professional space. We have serviced offices, dedicated and hot desks, event space, and beautiful meeting rooms.
Risks. You're a business, aren't you? Yeah. Well, what sort of business are you in if not in risk? Come on now.
General investments, property.
Yeah, okay. So risk is interesting. So risk is a really good, and we had a good discussion this at the Amex thing, didn't we, about risk? So risk is a really personal thing.
ISR is just a great role model for how we want to conduct business.
And so if you had the choice to do that business or a business where they can't sell and copy it, which one would you do? Doesn't matter, you're passionate, you're going to lose.
He's very honest. Yeah, super honest. Very refreshing.
I met you, in all fairness, I met you 3-4 months before Shark Tank, you want to say? You asked me a piece of advice about breaking up with a girlfriend.
It wasn't breaking up, she's going to be my wife in a couple of months.
Oh shit!
I was asking for some advice over there.
I thought you ditched her. I thought you ditched her. Oh man, is she here?
No, she's not here.
Thank God for that.
I'll give you guys a story, and this is understanding the real power of sales. When you are a sales architect and you have a strategy to every word that leaves your mouth, you end up in the position that I'm in today. I got accepted to go on Shark Tank, and I was only aiming to take one shark. I was very clear. I must have been in there no less than 5 minutes. And I said, basically, if Steve gives me the offer, I'm going to go with Steve. And he then said to Glenn in the episode, he leans over and says, so why should I bring you in on the deal, mate? And they start negotiating between them. But when I knew I was going on there, and Steve was my target, I began to inseminate myself in his life. So I made sure.
Bad words, bad words, Ron.
I made sure that I was becoming recent and frequent in his thinking. So what I remember, one thing I'll teach you if you guys ever engage one of our training programs, is that an action combined with an emotion equals a lasting memory. An action combined with an emotion equals a lasting memory. So what I did is I asked Steve a question that was highly emotional, revolving around the potential breakup of my relationship, and the action that was involving what should I do about it. The context of the question was I work 80, 90 hours a week, and any good woman wants time and attention. Fair? And I didn't have that time to give the attention. I didn't have time to water my grass, and I was standing to potentially lose it. I asked that question, and then I knew the next day he was speaking at the Chamber of Commerce breakfast at Sheraton on the Gold Coast. So 24 hours later, I paid to go. I used my body language to actually get myself into a conversation with Steve when he was stood with Tom Tate at the time. And he said, "G'day, mate, how's everybody?" You know, yeah, hello. I said, "I'm the guy that asked you this question yesterday." So I reinforced who I was with him. I then briefly, as we were leaving, asked for a photo and suggested to him I will be seeing you in a couple of months' time, probably at Fox Studios. So I didn't say I was coming on the show because you're not allowed to, but he picked up what I was putting down. The second I walked in to Shark Tank, he said to me, "You asked me this question a couple of months ago," and I was astounded.
Well, we have to declare if we know you when you walk in.
Yeah.
That's part of the issue. We have to sort of, look, I know this guy, and so we have to. You don't see that typically. Sometimes you do, but typically you don't. We sort of say, "Oh, I know this guy. He asked me how to break up with his girlfriend."
But as soon as I walked in, I felt.
And I think Janine went, "Wow, how cool is that?" Right?
I felt super comfortable because I had a point of reference. I pointed my body language more towards him. I spoke to Steve first. I really made my presentation directly to Steve. And then within about 22 minutes, he went as nonchalant as anything. "Yeah, I'll give you the money." And that then set the whole platform.
I wouldn't have said give. I wouldn't have said give.
I'll invest.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
invest. And from that point, it set the precedence of my ability to negotiate with the other four people, to pit them against each other and to work on the best deal that I could. But for me, it was very strategic. I was very calculated in what I was looking to achieve and how I was looking to create a lasting impression that then created the platform from which today I can now say that this person is an investor.
So there's a story about how one of my portfolio companies just manipulated me to do an investment. So influence, manipulated, whatever.
Yeah. So it's, for me, that's what I want you guys to understand, is that every conversation, in here today, you probably have 20 potential business partners, you probably have 20 potential customers. You need to make sure you take advantage of every opportunity to create relevance and to be recent and frequent in thinking of people who you stand to benefit from at all times, you know. I cannot tell you how many hundreds of thousands of dollars that we have generated in revenue from people that have been sat beside me on an aeroplane, or have been sat beside me at a sports event, or have been in front or behind me in the queue in Coles. If you ever see me in Coles, fucking run. Because they're not going to be the only people processing your credit card. Right? So just have a think about when you can be strategic in building relationships, because they are.
Well, I have the theory of the $10,000 conversation. To have a $10,000 conversation, you sell something worth 10 grand, or you save 10 grand in your business. You have to talk to 100 people. There's 100, maybe 200 here tonight, maybe. Yeah. So there's someone here tonight that you can make 10,000 bucks out of, right? If you're going to make 100 grand, you've got to do this 10 more times. You make $1 million another 10 more times. You have to talk to 10,000. Expose yourself to 10,000 people. You just got to do that, right? You can't talk to everyone, but there's someone out there who's just, you know. And so if you come here and only listen to us two prattle on and don't find a new friend or a new mentor or a new person you can talk to, have a coffee with next week, you've wasted a whole your time. So do it.
Yeah. On behalf of everybody in this room, I believe I speak for everyone and just say thank you so much for being so generous with your time, and let's put our hands together for Mr. Steve Baxter.
Yeah, I am Santa. I'm like a skinny Santa.
I feel like a chipmunk or something.
Jingle bells, Batman smiles, Robin flew away. Come on then, team, let's tell ya. We can still be on the phone.
You can. Put everything down for me. 2, 3. Hold it there.